At a recent United Nations event in Geneva, India slams Pakistan after latter raked up the Kashmir issue. India delivered a pointed response to Pakistan's repeated emphasis on the Kashmir issue. In a swift rebuttal, New Delhi condemned Pakistan's focus on Kashmir while highlighting its own history of aiding and actively supporting terrorists. Pakistan's obsession with Kashmir is as old as its creation. For Kashmir, Pakistan staked its sovereignty, its identity, its economy, and even the lives of its citizens. The country's long-standing fixation on Kashmir doesn't appear to be waning anytime soon, as Islamabad continues to bring up the Kashmir issue in the United Nations. At a recent United Nations event in Geneva, India scoffs at Pakistan after latter raked up Kashmir issue. During the 148th session of the Inter-Parliamentary Union, India gave a staunch response to Pakistan for the mention of Jammu and Kashmir on the platform. Representing the Indian delegation at the IPU, Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha, Harivansh Narayan Singh, defended India's democracy and reiterated that Jammu and Kashmir has been and will remain an integral and inalienable part of India.
I take the floor to reject the preposterous comments made by Pakistan against my country. India is the largest democracy in the world, and I am privileged that many consider the Indian democracy a model to be emulated. Lectures by a country which has an abysmal track record of democracy is laughable.
This response came as Pakistan continued to engage in hostile and fabricated propaganda to vilify India and to divert attention from its domestic, political and economic failures. New Delhi completely and unequivocally rejected all actions and statements by Pakistan on matters that are completely internal to India. As a victim of cross-border terrorism for several decades, India has been at the forefront of the fight against terrorism. Slamming Islamabad for being a terror state, India also reiterated that Pakistan has an established history of actively supporting terror groups and holds the shameful record of hosting the largest number of terrorists proscribed by the UN Security Council.
Pakistan would be well advised to stop its terror factories that continue to launch countless cross-border terrorist attacks in Jammu and Kashmir while farcically claiming to champion the cause of human rights. IPU members are well aware that Pakistan has an established history of harboring, aiding and actively supporting terrorists. Let me recall that Osama bin Laden, the face of global terror, was found in Pakistan. Madam Speaker, the country Pakistan holds the ignoble record of hosting one of the largest number of terrorists proscribed by the UN Security Council. I trust that Pakistan will draw the correct lessons for the good of its own people.
India has hit out at Pakistan on a number of occasions lately on international platforms. Last month, at the 55th Human Rights Council of the United Nations, India's first secretary at the UN Human Rights Council, Anupama Singh, rejected Pakistan and Turkey's mention of Jammu and Kashmir on the platform. In her address, she pointed out Pakistan's own human rights record as truly abysmal. Pakistan, since decades, has been using all global platforms to spew venom against India. Its representatives pass fabricated and slanderous statements to further their anti-India propaganda, but eventually, to their much embarrassment, India puts the truth forward, hence exposing all of its lies and immoral terror connections.